Hello everyone and welcome to the reading of the week for March 5th to 12th. Creator, this is your daughter Titania, and I am here with all those on this call to do a reading for the highest and greatest benefit of anyone who is listening now and in the future. My intention is to be a clear channel for the information that is most needed right now, and to provide that in a manner that it will be easily and effortlessly heard, understood, and integrated for the highest and greatest benefit of anyone who is on this call or anyone who does listen to this in the future. I'd like to call upon my higher self and the higher selves of all those listening to be present in this exchange, as well as an overlighting angel of communication to facilitate this reading and ensure that it happens in the highest and best way possible for the greatest good of everyone concerned. I'd also like to invite the four archangels to come and hold the four directions around us, creating a sacred container of light, of love, of wisdom, of healing, of transformation, of peace, of renewal, of anything that is in our collective heart and mind at this time. Thank you, Raphael, for holding the east, Michael for holding the south, Gabriel for holding the west, and Uriel for holding the north. I am so grateful you are here, creating this beautiful light container across time and space, holding all of us in a good way. Now that we've set these tones and energies, anything that doesn't match these frequencies is welcome to go now. So let's get down to the reading of the week. What do we need to know, personally and collectively, for our greater good and the greater good of this beautiful planet? All right, my friends, let's get going. So the recent past, the influence is waning. It continues into our present, into our future. This is the card of discipline, the Nine of Wands. This reminder that we are the ones driving the bus in our lives. We are the ones making the choices. We are the ones giving our attention and our energy to various things. Are we putting it where we want it to be? Are we using our focus, our attention, and our will in the ways that we want to, so that we can have the results that we are seeking? If we are random about this, then we have a random experience and somebody else is driving the bus. And right now, if you're not driving your own bus, chances are it's popular culture that's driving it for you. So I really encourage you to be mindful about this piece, about your mindfulness, about your mental discipline, your emotional discipline, your spiritual discipline. This also relates to having a practice like meditation, like yoga, like qigong, like many other forms, brings you into the present moment, brings you into your now in a very full and conscious way, so that you're receptive to the broader, wiser part of you and the information that is there for you. Accessing a meditation practice, whatever form it takes, whether active or passive, enables you to be a clearer recipient for information from that broader, wiser part of you. It enables you to be more in the driver's seat of your life, more conscious about where you're putting your attention and your focus, and thus what you're pulling in as a result of that. So discipline is very important. This is creating a container for the unfolding of your life, the correct and appropriate unfolding of your life for you. And the best person to determine that, of course, is you. So this work needs to be done in combination with a meditation practice with the intention of connecting to that broader, wiser part of you. And again, I just want to reiterate that a practice of this kind can feel difficult, but really it is very much a process of being, of surrendering, of non-attachment, of just being in the experience and giving yourself the opportunity to just be there. That's where the magic shows up. That's where things happen, is in the beingness and the allowing. So that's our first card this week. The next card in our present is the Princess of Swords. And we have a woman who is reading a letter. She's reading it very eagerly. And there's butterflies and sparkles of light, orbs of light all around her. Magical. Swords are about ideas and action. In this case, one could say that it's ideas, it's incoming ideas, butterflies coming in, metamorphosis, transformation of our thoughts, transformation of our ways of being, transformation of how we are doing things. We need this change. In some decks, the princesses are pages, which are often considered to be like babies, new beginnings, that fresh start, that fresh beginning. And so this is calling us to a fresh beginning in our minds, a fresh beginning as a result of that, in our ways of being inspired, allowing inspiration to come. And again, this idea with butterflies, this idea of metamorphosis, of transformation at a very profound level. This is the time we're living in right now. This is what we are being called to do. We need to change who we are, how we're being, how we're looking at life, and how we're interacting with life. Very, very, very important. This is the energy in our present environment. This is what we are needing to do, calling ourselves towards, is this newness, this freshness, this openness to this new perspective. The near future, the card of defeat. And of course, this doesn't mean that we are curling up in a ball and rolling away into a corner and dissolving into dust. You'll see that the person here is not crumpled. The person is standing still, facing whatever adversity is coming their way. And they're facing it to the best of their ability, and they're facing it from a place of purified love, from a place of what is for the highest and greatest good. If we anchor ourselves in that intention, may my actions, may my perception, may my wisdom be always from the highest and greatest good. May all that I do be always for the highest and greatest good. We can face the world fearlessly, knowing that we are always going to be inspired and motivated to take action from that very wise, clear, congruent place, a place of harmony with life, the place of harmony with this planet, the place of harmony with others who are also holding that intention and that frequency. Yes, the adversity is facing us, and this adversity is our tremendous opportunity for growth and for change. We need to change. The planet needs us to change. Our fellow creatures need us to change. We have to transform who we are being, how we are being, and what we are doing about it, as well as our fundamental impulse, where our actions are coming from. Our actions have to come from this place of purified love and passion. It has to come from this will and intention for the highest and greatest good, knowing that we are part of that. We are part of the greatest good. We are part of the collective. And so what we intend for that will serve us as well. So as you face the adversity in your life, or the things that you're perceiving as adversity, recognize that you are strong enough, capable enough to face this in grace, with love, with this purified passion and love for the planet. And I encourage you to draw on that intention. May my life, my actions, my words, my thoughts all be for the highest and greatest good, myself and all those I share this beautiful planet with. Use that, leverage it, everything that you do, so that no matter what you face, you come at life from that clear, grounded space. And again, this practice here will support you in facing whatever it is, whatever demons, whatever adversity, whatever perceived obstacles are there, to transcend that and become greater than they are, so for your transformation, but also for your service to life. We need to change, and we can choose to do it with grace and with love from that intention, but for the greatest good of all. Okay, foundation card. Why we're having the reading this week, balance. Okay, so yeah, it's a time on this planet of intensity. And if you're somebody who has your head up above water and you're keeping an eye on how things are going, it can be very concerning. Seeing how our rights are being controlled, with the idea that this is going to serve us in healing the pandemic that we're facing. There's a lot that's been asked of people, a lot that's been asked of us, to be in service. And there's, again, there's a lot. I know there's different perceptions of it. And I just want to stick with the fact that, yes, a lot has been asked. Is it appropriate? I don't think we can make ourselves crazy thinking about that. We have to come back to what is our intention: serving life, serving the greater good, the highest and greatest good, for the highest and greatest good of all concerned, including all life on this planet and this beautiful planet too. So coming back to this idea of balance, this is why we're having the reading this week. We need to come back to, where do we find our balance? How do we get grounded? How do we come back to a peaceful, grounded state so that in the face of polarity, we can stay neutral, we can stay balanced, we can do what we're here to do and do it well. It's about stepping out of the intensity of polarity, stepping out of being pitted, one side being pitted against the other, and finding the harmonious, neutral, balanced place in between. That place of love, that place of goodness, that place of balance, that place of goodwill, that place of kindness, that place of compassion. That's what we're needing to ground ourselves in this week. This is the foundation of the reading. This is what we're needing to know this week to keep ourselves sane and to be able to do what we're here to do and to do it well. We have to keep ourselves balanced. Going off into a state of extremism and illness will not serve anyone, including us. If we're going to be here to serve the greater good, we have to stay in this kind, neutral, balanced place. Always from a place of love, always from that place of service to the greater good. That's our foundation for this week. Why we're having the reading is this reminder to balance. How we need to conduct ourselves? Change. Making friends with change. Now, this ties into what we've talked about here. We need to change. We need to change how we're thinking. We need to change how we're being. We need to change how we're doing. We need to be inspired. We need to change our minds. We need to open to the possibilities. We need to see that we are here co-creating with life. We need to see that this planet is here with us, serving us. We serve it. We can co-create and with the planet rather than dominating it. There are a lot of agendas right now that are about domination and control, taking away our choice, taking away our freedom, taking away our right to choose, or at least giving us the impression that they're going to be doing that. These are the things that we need to stay conscious of and neutral. We need to stay aware of it, and we need to stay grounded and centered and empowered so that we are not spun into a tizzy and make ourselves ill so that we are no good to anybody. So we need to be willing to change. As we bring in new information, our whole body changes. It doesn't matter what you do. You think about a musician. When a musician starts to play an instrument, their physiology begins to change. They form calluses. They start to internalize the movements that need to happen in order to make the sounds that they want to make. And so for example, that's one example of how we are changed. Our biology is changed when we continually show up and apply ourselves to something and move in the direction of what we're called to. This is part of that idea, how we need to conduct ourselves. We need to be willing to shed the old. We have snakes here, and that's about shedding the old. It's a very powerful symbol of change. Shedding the old skin, being new, being born again, looking to life, looking to this beautiful planet, to the truths that are here. They're everywhere around us. When we're grounded in our meditation practice, in our spiritual practice, in our connection to the wiser, broader part of us, we see those truths, we see those wisdoms, and we begin to see them everywhere. And we recognize that they are universal and we are part of them. And we could pull that truth into our lives and it changes us. It makes us different. And as a result, we come at life from a different place. We come at life from this more resilient place. And we're better able to stand up to whatever adversity is there. Change is essential. So opening your heart, being willing to change and transform. And you may not even know what that means, really. What does it mean? And to you, I would say that's where the meditation practice will serve you. Go within and ask for the answers. Go within and ask, how In what way should you be taking action? Always from the place of service to the highest and greatest good, so that you can change in a way that is of greater service, so that you can change your biology, physiology, your field, so that you are clearer, stronger, more resilient, more receptive, more grounded, more adaptable, more neutral in the face of charge, that kind of energy. This is what we're pulling into our field. This is what we want in order to be harbingers and co-creators of this new world that we're calling in. We need to be able to transform. We can't go back to the old. We really need to get that through our thick skulls. We cannot go back to the way things were. We need to change. I look at our leadership on the planet, and it's so often it's men of a certain age. And there's a lot of, white guys of a certain age. And I was just thinking the other day, wouldn't it be wonderful if we had leaders like Vandana Shiva? People who really get it. The wisdom of the planet, the wisdom of doing things well, the wisdom of understanding that we are co-creating with life, not dominating life. That's the kind of change we need to bring into our field, this understanding that the time of domination of nature is done. We are part of nature, and by dominating nature, we are hurting ourselves. We have to get out of that headspace and move towards something harmonious, a new way of being with the planet that is harmonious, loving, co-creative, kind. We need to step off the duality and step into unity, which does not mean conformity. We need our diversity. We need all the voices at the table. This is the future that we need to pull towards us. And that's the change that I'm talking about. Okay, how others are going to be the star, our first major arcana this week. So how others are going to be, it's going to be important to our growth, to our evolution, to our expansion. And in this case, the star is about sharing gifts on the planet. So, which is wonderful. This is what we're here to do. We are here in our unique expression of God to share what we're here, what our uniqueness is here to share. We're here to co-create with the planet, to share our gifts, to pour them out into the world generously with love in service. And we all have different gifts, thank goodness. We all have different perceptions. We all have different abilities. And all of those different pieces will collaboratively, co-creatively come together to serve the greater good. When we come from this place of grounded centeredness, of balance, of wholeness, of connection to the wiser part of us, we're better able to share our gifts in a good way. We know when it's appropriate, and we know when we can just fully engage with life and pour who we are out into the world without concern, without worry. That's truly, truly the blessing of being here on the planet and being connected to the wiser part of us. We're guided always if we allow ourselves to be, and if we set that intention to be. And so since we are the other in other people's experience, this is a calling for us too, to embrace our gifts, to share our gifts, to shine brightly in the world, to give ourselves permission to share who we are, all of us, even the parts we may be keeping in the closet, the parts that we're afraid because of the judgment we might find. The wonderful thing about the internet now is that your tribe is everywhere. Whereas before you may never have met another person who shared your values or shared the things that you were passionate about. Now more than ever, it's easy to find your tribe. It's easy to find your people. So you can be seen and acknowledged and recognized and share your gifts with that group, but also with the larger group as a result of that affirmation and that recognition that you'll find. So how others are going to be, look to be inspired, look to see the actions in the world of those who are in service. Be inspired by that and find your voice of service, find your path of service, find what little way, little step, little act, whatever it is, find it and share it and give it, because this is the way forward. And you'll inspire others to give their gifts freely, and that will be this wonderful series of events that leads the world what we want. It's unfolding. We're unfolding. We're all unfolding. We're all doing this together. It's a new place. This is new for us. And we have to change. We have to grow. We have to be more than we were. And again, from that place of constant kindness, love, compassion, acceptance. So good. So important. Okay, the outcome for this week. The King of Pentacles. Okay. So the astrological signs that go with the King of Pentacles is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, because those are earth signs. Pentacles has to do with earth. Pentacles has to do with the material world, the three-dimensional world, the stuff of life. It can be money. It can be, as I said, things, materiality. The King of Pentacles is the masculine quality of this energy. The kings and queens are the maturation of their suit. They know their suit very well. They're masters of this element, and they are masters at using it not only for their own good, but for the greater good. This is the outcome of this week. This is the energy that we're moving towards. How do we be the King of Pentacles in our world? How do we bring this largesse into our experience? The King of Pentacles is practical, knows how to get things done, has a sense of how it needs to go, understands resources and pulling the people and resources together to make things happen, not only for himself, but in a bigger way. So this is the energy that we're moving towards, this energy of creating together, of making things happen. Again, it's a more linear, practical, rational kind of approach to things. It's very grounded. It's very sensible. That's the energy of the King of Pentacles. This isn't big drama. This is just head down, getting things done. And putting things in order financially, putting things in order on the material level, getting things done on that level, which of course is perfect right now because of course it's tax time. And I think we just finished our RSP season. But putting your financial house in order certainly couldn't hurt. If you have things there that need your attention, it's a good time to do it. That would indicate that. And planning for your future and planning well. Again, it's about material comforts. You think about Taurus. Taurus loves the material comforts. They're ruled by Venus. It's this energy of comfort, of well-being. They really appreciate good tools. They really appreciate the finer things in life, the pleasures of life, eating well, enjoying life. So there's that kind of quality of energy when in here with the King of Pentacles and this outcome that we're going towards. It's this appreciation that we are here in these beautiful bodies having this incredible earth experience. We're not here to shun the material experience. We're here to celebrate it and enjoy it and savor it and do it well and do it wisely and do it with intention. Understanding that we are part of a bigger picture. And so being excessive is not acceptable because that impacts. So we need to be wise about our resources and how we're using them, enjoy them, celebrate them, revel in them, and use them well and wisely, not only for our own good, but for the greater good of everyone on the planet with us at this time. So this is the reading of the week at this time. I think that's pretty clear. We're looking at change. We're looking at transformation. We're looking at pulling ourselves to a new perspective and being inspired and transformed by that new perspective, grounded, coming from a place of grounding, of discipline, of being mindful about where our attention and our focus and our energy goes, because where our attention and energy and focus goes is where our life is going to go. It's what we're going to pull into our experience. So many people don't understand that connection. So where are you putting your energy? I really challenge you on this. Where are you putting your energy? What are you giving it to? Are you watching the news for like hours of the day at a time? And is that the story that you want to tell yourself about the future for yourself, your family, and this planet? Is that really the direction you want to go in? We need to move forward onto a positive, life-affirming, connective future, one that honors this planet. The current paradigm is falling away. It's dying. It's in its death throes. It needs to change. We know that. And there are amazing people on the vanguard of life who are holding space for us to come and connect with the world in a different way, to step away from domination, to step away from control, to step away from warring, from being polarized, and understanding that this planet is here co-creating with us. We're not in a war against nature. We are here to co-create with nature, to celebrate with nature, to unfold and enjoy the abundance and beauty that is nature, and make it more by our connection to it, our interaction with it in a way that's respectful, that's kind, that's compassionate, and generous, giving back to the planet, not just taking, which has been part of the existing paradigm. So there's a lot of that energy here in this reading this week. I hope it is of great service to you in finding the clarity for yourself in terms of moving ahead with the energies and the flow of the planet at this time. Collectively, we are going through massive transformation. It isn't just you, it isn't just me, it isn't just this little group who on this planet who's listening to these readings. There is a massive energetic shift happening on our planet at this time. We are being transformed. We can go with it or we can resist it. You get to choose. If you resist it, it's like resisting swimming upstream. It takes a lot of effort and energy. Whereas if we turn and go with the flow, we're going to move with life. We're going to move with the things that suit the greater good, that suit all life on this planet, that we can move with that life and be part of it. Okay, I'm going to take these in right now, and then we're going to go to just that one summary card for the week. What is our card to grow on? To take us into our future, to take us into the broader, wiser part of us. I mean, let's face it, we can grow or we can stop growing. It's about pulling life through you and allowing life to flow through you, or stopping the flow of life. If you stop the flow of life, what happens? You die. So what are you choosing? Are you choosing life? Are you choosing enthusiasm? Are you choosing inspiration? Are you choosing to give your energy and attention to those things that bring you to a broader place? Or are you choosing the things that shut you down, make you fearful, close your energy source off? We get to choose, people. So choose well. Boy, I have lots to say today, don't I? Okay, my friends. Let's see. What is the reading of the week? The card to grow on this week. What do we know to be in our biggest and best aspect, to become the moreness that we're here to be? The moon. Major Arcana. Lovely Luna. The moon is about regeneration. It's about evolution. It's about becoming more. It's about all the things we've been talking about. It's about understanding that we heal, integrate, and grow when we sleep, which is why sleep is so very, very, very important. Just all of us need to rest well. And as a side note, I encourage you to just turn off your Wi-Fi at night so that you can get a better sleep, because those electromagnetic frequencies can interfere with it. You might also want to get off your screen earlier in the evening, because the blue light from screen stimulates daylight, which in the receptors of the eye makes you think that it's time to be awake rather than rest. So it's harder to unwind after being on screens. Just a bit of information for you. So this idea of evolution, of becoming more, of transformation, of through the darkness of the night, we are healed and transformed. All of the learning is integrated. We change our biology through sleep. Again, it's very, very important, this aspect of sleep, of taking good care of ourselves. And realizing that all of these aspects, all aspects of our experience are important. So this is our card to grow on this week. Looks like we need to make sure that we're getting enough rest, and that even when things seem dark, recognizing that the darkness is part of the light. It's part of the opportunity of who we are. It's part of the gift of what's coming to us to make us grow and become more. If we could think of this card as like the card of resting deeply, sleeping well, and being transformed as a result of that deep, deep rest that makes us more than we were. And recognizing that we need that. We can't have light all the time, because then we won't rest. We won't integrate. We won't have an opportunity to recreate our bodies and recreate our hearts and recreate our minds. That renewal is very important, and that's part of the cycle of life. So I think this week, Our card to grow in is reminding us to get enough sleep. It's reminding us that sleep is essential for our expansion and our growth and becoming the moreness that we're here to become, and that it's helping us to transform our biology. It's also reminding us that the dark is part of the light, that always, always, it's all a wholeness. Everything is part of the wholeness of life. And we can trust it and relax into it and know that we are being taken where we want to go, especially when we continually hold the intention, may this be for my highest and greatest good and the greatest good of everyone and this beautiful planet. So this week, I hope you rest well and deeply, and you take care of yourself and allow yourself to integrate the information and the changes that are happening on the planet at this time, that you be kind to yourself, that you seek balance, that you unplug from stimulating inputs, whatever those may be for you. Maybe it's a good week to just pick up an old book that you love and curl up with it and take some downtime. And let your body rest and integrate all the transformation and change that is happening so that you can come back to your life renewed, strengthened, uplifted, transformed, stronger, and more capable of being a clearing for the beautiful new world that we're co-creating. With that, my friends, I wish you a beautiful week. Creator, this is your daughter, Titania. I want to thank you for this opportunity to be of service, to do this work in the world. I ask that my words and that these readings reach all those who need it right now, that they may be supported in their transformation, in the change that's happening on this planet. I ask that you be with all of us, that you strengthen us and support us in our transformation, that we can confidently and deliberately and gracefully move towards the bright future that is possible for us when we are the intentional co-creators of life with you, relying on you, calling on you, and bringing your life force and energy into all that we undertake, being a channel for grace and beauty and life and love and kindness on this planet at this time, knowing that we are in service to life and light. With that thought, many blessings to each and every one of you. Thank you to all those who have held this space here and on the other levels. The reading is at an end. Much love and light. Have a wonderful week, and we'll see you next week. Take care.